say as you go on your way. That's entertainment.
Hello and welcome to Real Live Entertainment. Today we're going to do a review of the opera Tosca. Tosca is one of the most famous operas that Giacomo Puccini ever wrote. It's really a lyrical, beautiful, well-rounded opera. It's got three main characters. Floria Tosca obviously is the lead soprano. It's her story. And she's in love with an artist, a painter who is painting in the local church. And his name is Caravassi. And then he's the tenor. And then the baritone is the bad guy. He's the policeman, Scarpia, who is, I'll tell you, if you can, you boo him. He is so evil. He wants to seduce Tosca, who is an actress. She is in love with the artist. The three of them have beautiful voices. Puccini wrote a beautiful opera, and this was one that we saw simulcast from the Metropolitan Opera in New York at a movie theater. So maybe we ought to see a few scenes from Tosca so you know what we're talking about. Now, weren't those beautiful voices? Those were the three main characters. Tosca, Caravassi, and Scarpia. Sang beautifully by the soprano, the tenor, and the baritone at the Metropolitan Opera in New York. The story goes on. What happened was the artist hid a political prisoner who was running for his life, and he hid him in the church. Scarpia, the policeman, is after the political prisoner, but he also is in love with Tosca, and he knows that the artist, Caravassi, is her boyfriend. So he takes him into custody for hiding a political prisoner. And he's actually going to kill him. But he really wants to seduce Tosca first. So he invites her to his his apartment and tells her, she's a very jealous woman, and he tells her that her artist boyfriend has been having an affair with the woman that he's painting in the church, which is absolutely untrue. And so, I don't know if you're going to see this, but in the final scene, I'm going to tell you that rather than be with Scarpia, and she knows that he's going to overwhelm her because he's a big man and she's a little tiny woman, she jumps out of the window and kills herself because she thinks that he has already hung her boyfriend. And so, once again, it's an opera about a tragedy, and Puccini's music is beautiful. And if you want to see an opera without paying the price of the ticket to an opera house, go to the movies. The opera is just as good. In fact, it's better because you're up close and personal and you see every expression on the singers' faces. It's not like years ago when big, heavy opera singers stood in the middle of a stage and just sang beautifully. Now they're actors, and they do a wonderful job. And it's an absolutely delightful afternoon or evening at the opera. So for OCTV, I'm Elaine Kugelman, and thank you for joining me today for this review of the opera Tosca.
You say, as you go on your way,